Tax filing season is here, and if you are someone who buys and sells stocks or mutual funds, then this video is for you. I'll explain you how ICICI Direct users can fill the capital gains detail on the new income tax portal. Hi, I'm Nishant and welcome to Save More Money, where I simplify personal finance and help you become financially independent. A small request, please remember to like, subscribe and share the channel if you like today's video. Friends, you might already be knowing that if you invest or trade in stocks or mutual funds, then you have to declare the capital gains in the financial year income tax file. So the first step will be to download the capital gains statement. And for ICICI Direct users, I have already created a separate video on the process of how to download capital gains statement from ICICI Direct. The link for the same is given on the I button below or in the description below. So now that we have downloaded the statement from ICICI Direct, let's do some data cleaning on the report. So guys, let's first clean up the capital gains Excel sheet which we have downloaded from ICICI Direct. I have already explained you how to download it. The link is given in description section. Please use that to download. And this is the Excel sheet. Let's clean it up. First, let's remove the unwanted details related to name, account number and year of capital gain. Now, if we see here, the first few rows are the short term and the next few rows are the long term. Sale date I think is not necessary, so this can be hidden. Let's just hide it. Don't delete anything. Now let's do one thing. Let's add another column here, column P, which will give a total expense. So total expense will be the expense which you have paid to ICICI Direct for buying and selling the share. So this will be equal to the expense of purchase and the expense of sale. So just add column G value and column M value and you will get your total expense. This, let me do it for all the data which I have in my Excel sheet. Okay. So now our Excel sheet is ready. Let's go to income tax portal and log in there. So guys, once you log in into the income tax website, go to file now, select ITR2 or select current assessment year online mode of filing, click on continue. You need to file income tax returns too. So let's do that. Let's start filing a new. I'll show you a new file. Click on individual because you're filing this as an individual. And since I know that I have to file ITR2, I'll just select ITR2 and proceed with this. Now let's get started. Taxable income is more than the exempt limit or others. You can select anything here. Click on continue. And since I'm dealing only with the capital gains for now, I'll select the main values here related to capital gain, but let me remove scheduled salary. I do not have house property, so I'll remove that. Capital gain, yes, I have that. Section 112, I have that. This is related to long-term capital gain. Section 115 AD, this is long-term capital gain on specified securities. Let's keep that for now. Details of interest dividend, this one I will not put for now because I am dealing only with stocks and mutual funds capital gain. Then special income, I will remove that as well. Okay, this is a mandatory, I cannot remove that. Exempt income I do not have. Foreign sources I do not have. Scheduled tax relief 1991 I do not have. So let's click on that and note and continue. Skip the questions. So now we have reached the schedule summary page. Let's go straight away into the capital gains page. Provide your confirmation. Okay, so please select type of capital gain assets sold by you. I have equity share or unit of equity oriented mutual fund or unit of business trust on which STD is paid under section 111A or 115AD. So this refers to the short term capital gain, and if you have purchased and sold your stocks or mutual funds within last 1 year, then you have to click on this. Similarly, the next one is for long term, 112A, long term capital gain, equity share in a company or unit of equity oriented fund or unit of a business trust on which STT is paid under section 112A. So this will be applicable for you if you have a long term capital gain. Let's click this. Bonds debenture I'm not covering in this video, but again if you have any bonds you have to click here. Let's select this and continue. So the page will load and we will get the schedules which we have to fill as per what we had selected. The first one is related to short term capital gain. So let's click on this and click on the add details button. Okay, so now it asks you under which section you want to enter the short-term capital gains. Section 111A is for Indian users, Indian residents, and section 115AD is for foreign institutional investors. For our case, simply select 111A and a pop-up page will appear. You have to fill in the details here. Let's go one by one. Full value of consideration. Now let's go back to our Excel for a minute. I have these many shares as my short-term shares. So now full value of consideration means the total amount I have made by selling all my short-term stocks. So I have these stocks and this is my sale value. So I'll just take a sum of these values here. All the stocks which I have sold in the last 1 year, the value comes to 139656. So I'll just enter that here. 0.8. The point is not being taken. 139656. Okay, it's not taking points, so I'll just put it like that. 139656. And since it's asking for a consolidated value, I have added everything here. Next is deduction under 48, cost of acquisition without indexation. So my purchase price was purchase. This is the purchase rate, purchase value. This is the purchase value. Let's add this as well. $71,900. That's my purchase value. 71,900. So this is without an indexation. Cost of improvement without indexation, let's leave that blank. Let's mention that as 0. Expenditure wholly and exclusively in connection with transport. So this is the expenses. And expenses, if I had already asked you to create column P here, so let's add that value as well. Okay, so this comes to 1452. 1452. Now all the other values are pre-filled. Loss to be disallowed under 94.794B. For this I'll keep it as 0. This is a separate section. I'll maybe create a separate video on this if you want it. If yes, please mention the same in the comments section below. So we have all this information filled and the value in column is automatically filled. So short-term capital gain on equity shares or equity mutual fund 66,304. Let's see what value we have here. We have the same 66,303. So it's almost same. And how did we arrive at this value? We arrived at this value by adding all the values, by either taking this particular value or by adding these values here. So our data is completely correct. Let's add this value here. The page will update and this is the value which is reflected. So our short-term capital gain is 66,304. So this is your short-term gains covered. I have explained you how you have to fill in using the stocks. Mutual funds I will cover in the long term, but if you have short-term mutual funds, you can fill in the value similarly. It's just the consolidated value. Now let's come to the long term. Long term equity shares, we'll select this particular value. Let's click on the add details button and we have to fill in long-term capital gains under section 112A. Let's click on the view schedule 112A. Click on the add details button, and now we have to fill in the details. Now if you select the share or unit acquired drop down, you see two options. One is the on or before 31st January 2018, and the second option is after 31st January 2018. If you select on or before 31st January 2018, you have to fill in all the details, which means you have to do this on every stock which you had purchased before 31st January 2018 individually. So if you have 10 stocks which you purchased before this particular date, you have to fill in this particular details 10 times. But if you select the other value after 31st January, then all these are pre-filled. ISIN code is not required. Name of share you do not have to enter individually, you have to just give it consolidated value. So that means after this date, any stock which you have purchased, you have to just sum up the values and fill it like we did for short term. So let's first fill in for the before 31st January. So I select the share or unit acquired as before 31st January. I'll go back to my Excel sheet for ISIN code. Now since we have completed the short term, let's hide this here. We do not need this anymore. Let's hide it for simplicity. Okay, now let's come to the long term. These are the dates which we have to keep in mind. Now 31st January 2018 is our cutoff date. So let me just highlight what are the data which I'll have to fill in. So this is 31st January 2018, this is 31st January 2018, then this is 31st January 2018, and so on and so on. I'll just show you few things, and that should give you an idea. So let's see the first value. ISIN code, we have this here, so I'll just copy paste it. ISIN code is here. Name of share or unit, this is Vedanta Limited. I'll have to add it here. Number of shares acquired, number of shares is I purchased 5 shares. Column number C, value is 5, so I'll put 5 value here. Now next value is sale price per share or unit. So this is very important. We have to enter the per share price. My per share price is column E 122. So 122 is my per share price. Automatically it will calculate 16 as the value. So this value is automatically calculated. So I do not even need this particular column. Let's hide this. Now next value is cost of acquisition. So cost of acquisition means the total cost you have spent in purchasing the stocks or mutual funds. So for us it will be column L, purchase value. So for Vedanta it will be 1481. Let's enter 1481 here. The fair market value per share or unit as on 31st January. Again this value is available here. 31st January fair market value is price as on 31st January, and since they are asking for per share or unit, I'll just copy paste this value 346.45. 346.45. Now this is taking decimal values, so let's properly fill in the data. Then we have expenditure wholly and exclusively in connection with the transfer rate. So we have our total expenses for 46.52. Let's fill in the value here. Okay, so we have filled in all the values. ISIN code, share, number of shares which was 5, sale price per share unit which was 122, cost of acquisition which is column L, the total cost of purchase which is 1481, fair market value which is 346.45 as on 31st January and 46.52. So let's hide the remaining columns. I need this, I need this, I do not need this. Let me hide this value here. Date obviously I'll need. Purchase price, I do not need purchase price because I need the purchase value. I'll just hide this. This 31st January I need. I do not need this considered value. So so let me hide this as well. Purchase value is here, purchase expenses, index cost, I do not need these as well. So let me hide it, and it will make my work easier for the remaining values. After adding these, just click on the add button. Let's see what happens. The stock should reflect here, and let's see if it's correctly updated. So it shows me a loss of 918 rupee. Let's compare it with my Excel sheet. My Excel sheet shows me a loss of 917.51, which I think has been rounded off in this particular income tax portal to 918. So we are filling in our values correctly. Let's add the next stock. Again 31st January से पहले है. ISIN code will be from here, this value. The stock name is Apollo Tire. Okay, number of stocks is 50. Sale price is 115.35. Cost of acquisition is 13,250. Fair market value is 264.5, and the expenses is 159.31. Let's add the value here. So if we see, we get 7641 as the loss and 7641 is the value. So we are entering our values properly. So this is for stocks which we have purchased before 31st January 2018. Let's see how you have to update the values for stocks which you have purchased after 31st January. So let's fill in that after 31st also. As I said earlier, we have to fill in the consolidated values. So I purchased all these after 31st January 2018. So let me highlight these here. All of these are after 31st January. Let's focus only on these. The first value we have to update is cost of acquisition. And since we have to update the let me maybe just freeze my top row so that it becomes easier. Freeze pane, freeze top row. Okay. So we are concentrating only on the orange part. Cost of acquisition, as I explained earlier, this is the total cost of purchase, and total cost of purchase is the column value on L. So I'll just add the sum here. I'll just sum up the values equal to sum of the stocks which I have purchased after 31st January 2018. So this comes to 3291.3. 3291.3. Now expenses are here. Again, let me just copy this formula and paste it here. 617.83, 617.83. Next is full value of consideration, which, as I explained earlier, is the total sale value. In our Excel sheet, we have hidden that particular column. So let's unhide that as the sale value. We are looking for this here. So let's take the sum of sale value. $62,855.9. 62,855.9. Okay, this is not taking decimals, so let me just round it up to 62,856. Let me save it. Now let's see whether the total profit or loss is matching. So after 31st Jan 2018 consolidated, it shows a balance of 31,947 profit. Let's see what our Excel shows. Our Excel is here, the profit and column value is here. So let's sum this up. $31,946.78, which is 31,947. Tada! So awesome. So this is exactly the same as this. This is the way in which you will fill in your stocks before 31st January and after 31st January. But hang on, there are mutual funds also, and you have to fill in the data for that as well. So now let's see how you have to fill in the data for mutual funds. Okay, so guys, this is my mutual fund Excel sheet which I downloaded from ICICI Direct as under capital gain section. Let's look at the values. So for me, I had purchased it in 2012, and hence for me it will come under long term. If yours come under short term, then you have to fill in the short term one, but I'll show you how to fill it under long term. The process will be the same. So let's add another. Okay, so since my value is before 31st January 2018, I'll select the value here. I'll have to enter the ISIN code. Now for this, ISIN code is not given in ICICI Direct, but at least I know what mutual fund I had purchased. I purchased HDFC Tax Saver Regular Plan Growth under equity category. So I'll go to Google and I'll get the value from Google Baba. HDFC Tax Saver Mutual Fund ISIN. I'll just enter this value here, and let's see where is our, what's the name? HDFC Tax Saver. Okay, Tax Saver Fund Growth. So this is my ISIN number which I have obtained. So I'll fill in the value here, and then I'll fill in HDFC Tax Saver Mutual Fund, number of shares. This I can get directly from Excel. So how many purchase quantity? Match quantity is 76.139. 76.139. Sale price per share or unit. So sale price will be transaction is purchase. This is all purchase. Redemption is here. Net asset value. So the net asset value is the sale price in terms of mutual fund, guys. So 533.64. Cost of acquisition will be the total cost. Now there are three purchase values. One is 14,999, which is the purchase value. Then there is the grandfathered cost of 4741 and the indexed value of 66,466. You have to use the indexed value. I repeat again, you have to use the indexed value under the cost of acquisition. So 66,466.72. This is my cost of acquisition. Fair market value per share or unit. Now this value will be somewhere here. Where is under 31st January? Okay, NAV on 31st January. So 559.13. Okay, expenditure, let's consider 0 because ICICI Direct capital gain statement for mutual fund does not show expenditure anywhere. So let's add the value here. Let's see what happens. We have a total loss of 25,836 under the balance section. So let's compare it with the Excel, and tada, it shows the long term capital gain as 25,836 as a long. So it shows the same value here, loss of 25,835.9, which is 25,836. So that means we have updated the values correctly. So this is the way in which you will have to update your mutual fund and stock purchased or sold during any time on or before 31st January 2018 or after 31st January 2018. So guys, that's it from my side in today's video. I hope you all liked this video. Please remember to like, subscribe and share my channel, and leave your valuable feedbacks in the comment section. Until next time, this is Nishant signing off. Bye, take care, tada.